Well, what's worth more than silver? An AR-15 lower, actually, that you milled out yourself. These are not that easy to do, and I think I was going to make this one into a pistol, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use, I'm not even going to use a collapsible stock. I'm going to just use the A1 style stock that's made out of the A2 materials. It's about 5 inches of an inch shorter. It's not collapsible, but it also contains the cleaning kit in the buckstock. And of course, got my cat over here. But these aren't that easy to do. And actually, this is complete, but there's going to be some final tune-up on this stuff because even though I got the measurements exact, they're never to the 0.005 of an inch. And the other thing is you got to watch is, like, I kind of just laid the trigger in here. You can see it's just laid in here, and you got to mill out enough room to get your trigger to operate with the selector switch. The selector switch goes in here, so you got to kind of watch you get this milled out enough. Probably got to touch it up just a hair. Usually you got to touch up the pins just a hair where the pins go in, maybe chamfer them a little bit, but it'll get a light sandblasting, chemical cleaning first, light sandblasting, then it'll be painted with like a 2-part epoxy, just a light coat of that. Maybe, who to care? I don't really care what color it is, man. But getting a little curious about if they got some, maybe do the 300 blackout in this one, or just. But I'm really probably going to do the lower. But I think this stuff like this is worth more than silver, to tell you the truth. And the way things are going, who the hell knows where things are going, man? But and these aren't too easy to make. They're like, you just got to mill out this and drill these holes, but it's not that easy to do, to tell you the truth. But this one's probably going to be possibly a 300 blackout upper, but I got to finish the rest of it, actually put the parts kit in and stuff. But I just want to say that people I know on my channel, people invest in silver all the time, and they're talking about the metals. And well, to tell you the truth, having this completed is, which I have, have one completed like this already. It's it's in a Grandel. It's a 6.5 Grandel. Actually, I have it right here. This one. That's a 6.5 Grandel, and it's fine. Actually, the pin's loosened up quite a bit. This pin back here, already loosened up. It's kind of tight. Push it out now. Should be able to pull it out. Of course not while I'm on the camera, but you know what it is. It's like when I gotta press the top in a little bit, but it does press out. It's pressed out a little. I just pressed it out a little bit with my finger right now. Can't quite grasp it, but the pin got loose enough. Still a little bit tight. And with this, I might actually open these pins up just a hair. Before, because what happens, I think the paint gets in there, the epoxy gets in there, and I think they're machined a little bit tight because people complained about the uppers being kind of loose on the lowers, and so then you got them so the pins are so damn tight. So what the hell are you going to do? I really don't give a damn about the thing flopping around a little bit on the top. It really doesn't change the accuracy at all because the sighting system is all connected to your upper. It doesn't change it at all. I actually rather have these kind of loose, but that's how they manufacture them now because people were saying, oh, it fits so sloppy, and it's kind of like GQ stuff, But yeah, that's another wrap. So no hurry to do this actually, but I figure this is one of these things. If people are, I don't know, who the hell knows what's going to happen, man. But I always look at having this is a good rifle. Actually, the next time too, I might actually do the system in it that doesn't have like the gas tube. It has like the AR system, the AK-47 system, where you're not blowing gas back on the bolt. You actually have a direct connection with a rod that pushes the bolt back. Some of those, it's basically the same as the AK-47 system. I don't know if I want to do that, because the only way these really screw up is if you fire like a gazillion rounds through them and you don't keep them oiled. If you keep the bolt oiled and he gets real hot, you just keep a lot of good oil on it, whether it's like, doesn't have to be anything special. It could be like a mixture of Mobil 1 and trans fluid. It'll just keep going. I mean, but who the hell fires a gazillion rounds anyway? I mean, it doesn't matter to me, man. It doesn't matter to me at all. And the reason I prefer this is because I know it better. I'm familiar with it. I really don't care about an AK-47, to tell you the truth. But you can get this 7.62 by 39. But I was thinking about getting a 300 blackout possibly. But I don't know. But yeah, this one's done pretty much. I mean, it's gonna need a little tuning up. The trigger does fit through here. It's just like I'm being a clutch fitting it in there. It's kind of like, it's not a tight fit. There it goes. But you got to make sure you mill this out enough here, and you don't need to mill this all across straight or anything, because this is a semi-automatic, of course. Just make sure it's semi-automatic. Yeah, and this is a semi-automatic trigger, of course. But you got to mill it out enough back here to put your selector switch through, because that's basically is what keeps it from firing and all that type of stuff. And for safety's sake, actually, I like to not keep a round in a chamber even if I have a loaded magazine, because I never seen a trigger on these release ever with the safety, but I never ever seen it happen. But who the hell knows? I'd rather have it whereby you keep a round not in a chamber, and that's just standard SOP, and to keep verifying it's like that. So if you actually have a magazine that's loaded, and it doesn't take long to charge the system at all. So I don't think you really need anything fancy. I just keep this old GI sling, cheap scope. It's got the iron sights. You can still look underneath it and see your iron sights. No side charging system, just the regular standard stuff. It's not bad. This one's in the 6.5 Grendel, and actually I like this because, to me, this is the ultimate hunting rifle. Man, if I ever get hunting again, 16-inch carbine, A1 stock, doesn't have to be collapsible, 6.5 Grendel. When you got that round, the 6.5 Swedish is the best round, I think, for hunting. One of the better ones are 7mm. But this is not, in this configuration, the 6.5 by, because it's shorter, it's not really the best 6.5 cartridge, but because in this weapon, but when you look at the whole package, you got a waterproof, weather resistant and weatherproof weapon that's lightweight, that I understand how to take apart, very easy to field strip, and I could do anything on it. That's the thing, and it's plenty good enough to take any kind of game out there, unless it's some really ridiculously big game, which I'd never be going for anyway in the first place. So I like this thing. Just that I might change the color on this when I paint this and not make it black, because you know what, psychologically people think a black rifle is somehow different than if it has a color on it. I don't know what the hell color I would have it, but probably a tan or some shit. But I just want to point out, one of your best investments you can do is to probably make one of these things. It's just kind of like your everything else you do with, outside the banking system, outside, the big brother government system, that type of stuff. You're doing the same thing with your AR. So I'd pretty much suggest doing that. And it's probably not smart for me to, it's like I put it on online, so that kind of blows my cover, but what am I doing wrong? Nothing, right? So anyway, yeah, but who the hell knows in the future if the United Nations takes over and says, well, you can't have those things. Well, who the hell knows? By that time I might be, I don't know, living in a cave or some shit. I don't know. I just hope that ever doesn't come into that situation. I hope not. Anyway, but that's That's a super investment, I think. Besides just buying more coins, get something like that. You don't need to be buying coins every 2 weeks or every month. Get something like that, and complete it to your specifications. Um, this one I really love though. AR-15 6.5 Grendel. Absolutely the best damn hunting rifle going, I think, in my opinion, because I ain't got to worry about scratching the wood. I mean, it's like it's heavy duty plastic, or whatever the hell it is made out of. And I know it. I mean, it's like everything else, I don't really understand all the parts. I understand all the parts in this thing. That's why I like it so much. But in its caliber, that's 6.5. It's good enough for anything there is.